to listen to Linda Lin to present it. And Pak Nyoman, I give lady first, right? So Bu Linda, this is your place to make presentation.
Dr. Linda Lin Chinlin is a distinguished faculty member at Kunshan University, Taiwan. She holds a PhD in education, an MBA in business and administration, and a bachelor's degree in interactive media and design, all earned from the University of the Incarnate Word in the United States. With extensive academic and professional experience, Dr. Lin specializes in international marketing, international strategy, leadership, and organizational behavior. Since 2017, she has served as the director of the Career Development and Alumni Service Center at Kunshan University, where she actively guides students in career planning and global engagement. Through her teaching and leadership, Dr. Lin continues to foster international collaboration and inspire future professionals to thrive in a globalized world.
I think now I'm going to represent the difficult part, government. What government can do. How to make the most profit for your business, evaluate your business by quality. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Linda Lin. I'm from Taiwan, and I'm going to share my Taiwan Kunshan University with you today, because what government can do is government do communication. So let me introduce where I'm from first.
Taiwan's economic miracle in recent years and the rise of a competitive IT industry are largely related to a solid technical and vocational education system. Kunshan University was founded in 1965 with a beautiful landscape. Transportation is very convenient. In 2018, for 3 years in a row, KSU won a grant from the MOE Higher Education Sprout Project and ranked #1 for average grant benefit per student among all private technological universities, and recognition as the only international competitive Global Taiwan Research Center technical university in Tainan. KSU also won the MOE Teaching Excellence Award 12 years in a row and the MOE Exemplary University Award 5 years in a row. Mr. Weilong Zheng is chair. Dr. Tianxiang Li is president. Student population exceeds 11,000. The KSU Kindergarten offers children a warm, nurturing environment. The College of Engineering's objective: integrating mechatronics control systems, AI, 5G, intelligent automation, and green materials. Students will be the leaders in industrial technology for the new century. The College of Business and Management focuses on both theory and practice. Business automation is at the core. The College of Business and Management uses business diagnosis, collaboration with enterprises, and extension education to integrate community resources in industry-academia cooperation. The College of Creative Media emphasizes the development of digital content, creative design, interactive multimedia, and creative marketing and management. It integrates new media technologies into one institution. The College of Applied Human Ecology develops enthusiastic, passionate service industry professionals in the field of applied human ecology that care about society and possess an international perspective. The school spares no effort in keeping up with globalization and has signed up over 300 sister schools from all over Asia, the Americas, Europe, New Zealand, and Australia. We now have international students coming from more than 30 countries studying in our undergraduate and graduate programs. In order to link professional talent and the needs of enterprises, KSU has established industry-academia partnerships with over 1,200 enterprises, Over 100 companies, including TSMC, TYG, Chipmos, have signed agreements. Founded more than 55 years ago, KSU is known both at home and abroad for education excellence. It is Taiwan's leader in technical and vocational education, and its cradle of innovative technical and vocational development. KSU students and faculty have won many awards. At international exhibitions, won platinum, 63 gold, 58 silver, 45 bronze, and 12 special awards. At international cooking competitions, 4 overall top score champion, 49 gold, 89 silver, and 203 bronze. They've won at the Golden Horse Awards, Golden Bell Awards, National Literary Award, Asia Pacific Film Festival, Interfilm Berlin International Short Film Festival, International Student Film Festival Hollywood, International Student Animation Academy Awards, Adobe Design Achievement Awards, Red Dot Design Awards, DFA Design for Asia Awards, Best of Golden Pin Design Awards, and Macau Design Biennial Awards. Kunshan people are remarkable and adapt internationally. Kunshan University is Taiwan's leader in technical and vocational education.
So from the human knowledge to AI, the dark knowledge, how are we going to do in the sustainable environment? Next. I think you just keep playing because, yeah, I will just keep talking. You can just keep. Next. The enterprises adopt environmental friendly models to ensure sustainability development from the production and consumption of products and services to their disposal. Next. Sustainable development, when the tent goes out, it doesn't just reveal the lack of the sand. It reveals the lack of the sustainable business model. Sustainability is the new competitive advantage. Sustainability has shifted from an optional corporation social responsibility to a moderator core business strategy. Who is going to do the sustainability? How are we going to do? In the past, in our experiences, we focus on the economics, society, environmental. How do we make economic sustainability and the society's sustainability and environmental accessibility? We have to be more philosophy. 3 core pillars. Next. The strategic imperative, management, entrepreneurs, opportunity. The strategic imperative. We are from the consumer and talent shift, regulation and financial risk. Who is going to do the risk management for sustainability? Who? The leader of your organization. The leader has to lead to the right goal, to the right way, and doing the right thing. So the whole society will be more sustainability. Next. Why sustainability is non-negotiable? The consumer and talent shifts, regulation and financial risk, the true cost of resources. Next. Sustainability in business management, operationalize the change, integrate, not too fast. Okay, integrate ESG into core strategy, circular economic in action, the C context, ethical supply chains and labor practices. Next. entrepreneurs' opportunity, the rise of green startups, social entrepreneurs, and impact investing. The entrepreneur's opportunity, building the green future, aging tech and food security, clean energy and e-mobility solutions, impact investing and social entrepreneurs. Innovative technology, the power of data. Data is obtained via the sensor. Next. Data gives the future endless position. Everything connects for data. Intelligent business due to the data. We learn from the old spices. Now we have to live in the new spices. So right now, next, our society is very varied. It's the future direction of the business. Next. Next. How to make yourself a fast-growing new species? How do you make yourself a new species that can constantly evolve? Start by making yourself visible, making yourself smarter. Rely on informational and automation, and then move toward intelligence. The process of variety is IT plus data flow to operation technology. The goal pursued is low cost and rapid customization. How are we going to pursue it? We are helping others to be more successful. When we help others to be more successful, we increase our value to help each other. Next. Algorithm, the crystallization of human intelligence. The algorithm is a specific calculation step of finite length. Data occupation plus hash rate and algorithms. It's an evaluation from the eyes, the evaluation of wings, the evaluation of the brain with the ability to make decisions. Therefore, right now we rely on the AI digital twins, and we have to build up the sustainable development on profit, people, and planet. How to make this ICPM more sustainability? I have to make it on time. So sustainability isn't a cost center. It's the engine of resilience, innovation, and profitable in the next decade of the sea growth. Paint a positive picture of a prosperous, equalization, resilient Southeast Asia. Call of actions. For the entrepreneurs, your next big idea should not just disrupt an industry. It must help the planet. Let's make world more peaceful and not just think to ourselves. We have to think for others. Let's make the leadership more valuable. Let's help each other. Thank you so much for everyone being here. I welcome you in Taiwan. Thank you.
I give the floor to Prof. Nyoman to make a presentation, and then we come back to the stage.
Professor Dr. Inyoman Sunarta, Master of Science, was born in Tabanan on April 5, 1961. He completed his undergraduate education in Hydrology, Faculty of Geography, Universitas Gadjah Mada, graduating in 1981. He earned his master's degree in Environmental Science from the Graduate School of Universitas Gadjah Mada in 1994. His doctorate in tourism from Universitas Udayana in 2015. He was appointed as a professor in environmental-based tourism in 2022. Currently, he is an active lecturer at the Faculty of Tourism, Universitas Udayana, holding the academic position of Professor in Environmental-Based Tourism and serving as the head of the doctoral program in tourism at the Faculty of Tourism, Universitas Udayana, Bali. His organizational experience includes serving as the chairman of the Alumni Association of the Doctoral Program in Tourism at Universitas Udayana from 2024 to 2027, chairman of the Expert Council of the Alumni Family Association of Universitas Gadjah Mada or Tagama, Bali from 2025 to 2029, member of the Environmental Impact Analysis Commission or AMDAL for Tabanan Regency since 2010, chairman of the Tourism Working Group at the University Network Import-Export Development or UNIED Indonesia from 2018 to the present, member of the Regional Tourism Promotion Agency for Tabanan Regency since 2021, and deputy chairman of the Regional Tourism Promotion Agency for Bali Province from 2022 to the present.
First of all, I would like to say thank you, especially because there are no here our rector, Untar rector. I say thank you for my dean. Thank you, Pak. Why we say thank you? Because of the last speaker here. I don't know why. Because of my hair is white. It's just so bad. So that I'm here. Maybe a little bit different material among the speakers, because I'm a Balinese, and I love Bali so much, so that my title of the material is Bali toward the new era, shifting from being visited to being respected. Yeah, so that it's mean we do need a lot of tourists come to Bali anymore, because I have a research not only for a long time, especially in 1990 and 1995. I have a joint research with collaboration with the Udayana University, Gadjah Mada University, and Waterloo University in Canada. My project is Bali Sustainable Development Project. In that time, Bali has already decreased in their water potential. So that sustainability is very, very important there. Bali is the living laboratory for sustainability of tourism. This is my dream until now. But every 5 years, start from 1995, I already as a keynote speaker talking about the sustainability. Every 5 years until now. And then I believe also for 10 years later, I talking about the sustainable tourism in Bali also. So what is sustainable? Maybe we're talking about the sustainable about the business, yes, okay. Sustainable about the development is very, very different. You are talking about the sustainable about the tourism. We have a joke in Bali. If we are talking about the sustainable development, what is sustainable? We have to make a develop every time. Then when I meet some tourists in Bali, he already come to Bali 5 times every 2 years, 5 times. He said to me, Nyoman, when Bali stop develop? I don't can the answer. I cannot answer the question. When maybe when our develop our our government stop the develop. When we call it when? I don't know when. But here is something visited is respected, and mass face quality. Visited face respective and mass face quality. This is the critical distinction or define the Bali in the future. This is very different. Where's Bali now? Because it's very, very different, sorry. Here, if we are talking about the being created, can it is passive consumption, extractive tourism, restore value prioritize, and then local voice is sidelines, culture fatigues, community disempowerment, and transactional relationship. This is what we are talking about the being visited. But what we have to be, if we would like to respect it, because in Bali we have a lot of, we believe it, Bali have maybe 2 points of the what important thing in Bali. The first one is we have a culture. There are no anymore in another place. We have also what we call it the adat istiadat, culture and adat. But we have also in the first one, the third one, we have also the natural. Culture, adat istiadat, and the natural, it is one cycle. It's interrelationship among 3 points. And then I would like to explain about the Trihitakarna also. Next. Before I would like to explain the Trihitakarna is my philosophy in Bali, I would like to explain what kind of our natural resources in Bali. This is our island. We believe about our island is very, very small between, maybe if we compare about the Java, Sumatra, and Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and so on. But please focus on here. Here is our groundwater potential in the southern part of Bali. And here also, we have a rice field in southern part of Bali. The 5, what you call it, Denpasar here, Denpasar is here, Badung here also, Gianyar here, and one more, Badung, Tabanan here. 5 regency, it's from here. So that we have also developed Sarva Gita, 5 regency, will be a city, metropolitan city, what do you call it? Tabanan, Denpasar, Gianyar, and Badung. Here will be the big city, metropolitan city here. Can you imagine, where is our rice field here? Will be empty now, will be decreased. And also here, our groundwater is already decreased. In 1995, our water potential is already decreased there, so that Bali is not sustainable if we compare about the carrying capacity of our water potential. Next. This is the condition for 2000. It's the small development here in the southern part of Bali. In 2050, very, very decreased. Only 15 years is already like that. 5 years more, like this. And 2025, you can imagine what happened here. Here is our topic research now. Maybe some of our colleagues is already presented in the parallel session about this is penglipuran. In January 2025, in January, there are 10,000 tourists come there per day. 10,000 tourists per day is here. So very crowded. And here, you remember, not only Canggu, Pak. Here is the when traffic jam in the highway in Bali, so that the tourists come to the airport by walk. And here is the Delhi viewer in Kuta. I make a research also. Kuta, the tourist development here. He moved to the Kuta, not Kuta. We need 10 years to move the Kuta, not Kuta. And then now, to not Kuta, go to Tabanan. Move to Tabanan, the tourism development. I think needs 10 years, but now it's need only 3 years is already in Tabanan. You can hear, imagine here. And then this is our very, very, what you call it, afraid about our condition. Next. This is my belief. Bali is a small island. We have limited resources for everything, not only water, land, and also maybe their human resources. And then I have a philosophy of aquarium. If our island has an aquarium, can believe. If the fish destroy the aquarium to be free, the probably you wouldn't get what they want. They will die, and everyone still need the aquarium. Please imagine our Bali. Bali natural, social, culture, custom, and tradition must be maintained in good condition, so that development in Bali generally and tourism in particular can be sustainable. If we would like to talking about the sustainable. Next. This is our goal. How to make it? How to make it the quality tourism in Bali? We have especially 3 variables to make the quality. What is it? Destination is nature. The island of Bali, as we call it, the destination is nature, and local community. The 2 point, the variable, nature and destination, and local community have to be stakeholders. What Bu Angela told us before, when Professor Budi make a question for her, nature now in Bali especially have to be as a stakeholders. Nature also have to be an actor, and nature also how to make the Bali nature to make the quality. This is my point. And also here, the local community, the same also. Stakeholder, actor, and quality. If 2 variables, as a stakeholder, as actor, and the quality, I believe that the tourists come to Bali more quality than before. This is our belief. And also, we have also here our philosophy about the Trihita Karana. Trihita to support us to develop the tourism in Bali. Culture perception, ecology sustainability, and socio-economic equity. This is our belief, our philosophy in Bali. Next, the real quality tourism is here. The combination about the 3 variables, natural and destination, local community, and the tourists. So we have to invite tourists more quality than before. Don't open their gate loudly. Oh, yeah. Next. Nature and culture in the Trihita Karana philosophy are the unique selling proposition that distinguishes Bali from the other destination. This is our uniqueness in Bali. And also, Bali toward the new era, Bali must be from reality that growth as mass tourism has eroded the uniqueness that one defined is a fear. To preserve itself, Bali has to no choice but transform from the quantity model to the regenerative high quality tourism model. This is my, what to call it, my position, my, what to call it, my mindful, what happened in the future, and then the future narrative is Bali is not place to be visited, but place to be respected. This is my key point. Bali strategy must be based on the uploading Trihita Karana, sovereignty, prioritizing and balancing between the nature, culture, and the economy. So the point here, this requires board of policy to restrict the change premium for access the key asset, while channeling revenue back into the conservation and empowerment of tradition and village, tradition and village. This is my point, what we would like to give you in my presentation. I think it's enough. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Since waiting the question from the audience, let me ask one question to you, Pak Nyoman, Prof. Nyoman. Prof, a lot of government actually already give a sample. Thailand is good example of over-tourism, but they very bold policy, like closing one island, PP Island or other island to close for 1 year, cannot be visited. But why Bali cannot do that? Say, don't visit Payangan for 1 year, for example. I love Payangan so much. And I'm afraid Payangan gonna be overcrowded like Ubud as well. Yeah. Anytime I go to Ubud, I went to Pasar Payangan for babi guling, right? Because it's the best in the market. So why government never impose that? And why the permit is so easy to build land over the rice field? It's come to you, Prof.
Thank you, Pak Budi. It is your question or?
Yeah, this is my question first.
Yeah. Thank you, Pak Budi. I would like to ask the short answer, Pak Budi.
Yeah.
The short answer I would like to answer your question is because, sorry about because there are a lot of government here. because our government still need the money.
Oh. Okay, that's the only answer.
Yeah, but I already go some place in the world maybe. I just come from Nice, in Paris. It's easier to make it sustainable.
Yeah.
I looking for the church.
Yeah.
The very important church. Very famous church there. How to make it sustainable?
Yeah.
He just opened only 1 hour per day.
1 hour per day?
1 hour per day. It's finished.
Yeah.
But now in Indonesia,
24 hours.
24 hours.
7 days a week.
But he start only the 1990 till now. Maybe forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. But it's a lot of questions to you, Prof. Okay. Prof. Linda, just hanging for a while. Do you think it is possible to manage over-tourism in Bali? It's the same question like mine. Considering that tourism also plays a major role in increasing community income and regional revenue. Is it already answered by you?
Yeah. Thank you. Because of, if we would like to make to make over-tourism, we have to know first how much of people Bali can invite it.
Yeah.
We have to know about our carrying capacity. This small island, we very easy to calculate the carrying capacity. It's very easy. Maybe we would like to just the water, land, and so on.
Yeah.
Inland is very easy. We need the maybe 60 and 40. 40 got the building and then 60 in the forest maybe, green.
Yeah.
This is easy for that. But It is our government do that? Not yet, maybe.
Not yet.
This is the answer, maybe. The carrying capacity is very, very important. It is possible to calculate it, to do it. Very, very possible.
Okay.
But the important is, if our government will to use it as a base on their development, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Pak. Okay, Prof. Prof. Linda, triple bottom line.
Yes.
How to implement it in Taiwan businessmen? Have done it? People, profit, people, and planet have the Taiwanese corporation already done that to balance it?
As you have been to Taiwan, you have seen Taiwan has been very well development, and the technology has quite matured. So we actually look people and people connections. So we actually cooperate all the resources. So the government, what government is doing right now is that they are doing the communication jobs. They work with the society, working together through the communication. They communicate the community. So once they they spend time to society and to do their responsibility to actually community, the corporation and the society. They knew what people needs. The government will provide the people needs and then do cooperate the cooperation and society. So what a really successful business do is to play the CSI, to pay back to the society.
Okay, and then question from me. The corporate social responsibility have to be something that benefit back to them, or this is just give away the money?
I think this question I will go back to you. What will you do? Depends what you could give. You give more, you get more.
Yeah. But you know, in my experience, anytime I'm asking how much percentage of your CSR and how much money you wanna put, they're gonna tell me that something that gonna gain back to them, right? Actually, that's not really real CSR. That's actually marketing, right? So I really want to see in the future, Indonesian or the world companies in the world is really doing a CSR.
Yeah, so that's why we talk about sustainability here. So if you start to do it, you start to lead the trend. The trend will go the way that you wish.
Yeah. Okay, Prof. Linda. Back to you, Prof. Nyoman Sunarta. With this kind of over-tourism, you are really the one talking about sustainability. What the role of academician like us to tell to the government to stop over-tourism and to improve from visited and being respected? Because visitor is everywhere, but being respected is not really easy to get. The tourists really come to Bali just to want to see and respect the culture. What's your role as an academician?
Yes, the first, we have to believe first, our island is not well now.
Yeah.
This is the point.
Yeah.
The second, we have to believe also, we have the potential of Bali to develop our tourism is their culture, their community, and their natural.
Yeah.
This is a 3 point together to make it Bali very, very interesting.
Okay.
So that if we would like to make Bali its sustainability, we have to make it 3 point this running well. This is our point.
Okay, that's your point. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Prof. Linda, from you, you always saying invitation, come to Taiwan, come to Taiwan. So many students in Southeast Asia want to come to you and also want to study in Kunshan. Is there any scholarship provided by your university? Perhaps 500 people now on the online.
I'm opening for the interview.
Okay. So guys, at home, at the office, 500 of you doing online. There is an invitation from Prof. Linda to come to Taiwan get a scholarship as a student. Welcome. So we give a big round of applause for Pak Nyoman and Prof. Linda. Thank you so much. We learned a lot from these panels, and I'm very honored to be a moderator here. Even in the busy days, we can come together here together. Thank you so much, Prof. Linda.
Thank you.